one of the key reasons as to why men at such a young age want to start growing facial hair, grow a beard, whatever, is purely because of the fact that they have a very babyish looking face, an immature looking face. And you may think, as a viewer hearing this, it's not much of a deal, but when you're going through your day-to-day basis, when you're going to the supermarket, you start noticing the way people treat you. They don't show that respect to you. They don't show that respect to you. When they're speaking to you, they think they have it in their head, they already visualized it and perceive you as a younger person. Hence, they kind of take you less seriously. They mess around with you a lot more, and you don't like that, especially when you reach ages of 18 to 19 as a guy. You want people to take you with some level of seriousness, and this is the sole reason why I can guarantee you a lot of guys have the tendency to want to grow facial hair. But the problem is, a lot of these guys have literally no clue how to grow it. They may just grow it out and think that's going to make them look more mature. It'll make you look more mature. It'll make you look a whole lot older, that is for sure. But the problem is they do not know how to keep it clean. They do not know how to keep it tidy. And this is where it goes horribly wrong for them, because growing facial hair is, when you're clean shaven, it's always going to have that tidy look, right? But when you start growing facial hair, a slight mistake you make, you can look extremely untidy, you can look extremely messy, you can look like you got out of the bed and have done nothing else the entire day if you don't treat it the right way. This is the importance of maintaining facial hair, and I'm going to tell you exactly how you can grow facial hair, maintain it, especially if you're a young guy. And young guy, I would mean early 20s to below that. This is probably best suited for you. Now, I want to make a disclaimer that, again, when I'm telling you this, I am going to be quite specific with it. You can obviously do whatever the heck you want, because I remember I see some comments on certain beard videos. Yes, I watch some of them, and people say, we don't grow facial hair for women, we don't grow facial hair to impress anyone, we do it for ourselves. You can do it for yourselves, but the whole output, the whole goal is to look good at the end of the freaking process, right? You want to look good, you want to look presentable, and if you don't look presentable, then I don't care what kind of a beard you're doing, whoever the heck you're doing it for, it's kind of pointless. You're literally looking worse. So you want to make sure you look better with the facial hair and not worse. You achieve your goal of looking mature, but at the same time you look tidy, you look put together, you look good. That's what you're going to get out of this video. Now, the key to having a good facial hair or beard, whatever, as a young man, is to find that balance between getting the facial hair but also making it suit your face shape, suit your age. Now, what I mean by suiting your age, because I see a lot of guys, the mistake they make is they look at celebrities who are 30, 35 or even older, and they have a great beard, full freaking beard, it's grown out, it looks great, it looks masculine on them, and you think that, okay, if I rock that, it's going to suit me as well, I'm going to look great as well. You're not going to look great, because one, you don't have the same physique as them, you don't have the same hairstyle as them, you don't have the same facial structure as them, your body is not developed as them, you probably do not have the same level of fullness in the beard as them. All these things play a role. It's you who makes the beard, it's not the beard who make you. I don't know if that even makes sense, but the point is, it's the other parts of your looks, your physique and everything that's going to determine how good your beard looks on you. It's not exactly the beard that's going to determine if you look good or not. It could make you look worse, but if you do it properly, it could definitely make you look better. And looking at celebrities and thinking, okay, they have a great beard, if I grow it out to this length, I'm going to look great as well. For a very tiny percentage of people that may work out, but for most people, I can guarantee it's not going to work out. I'll probably put up a picture somewhere of what I look like completely without a beard, completely with literally zero facial hair, and growing it out. This was the phase that I was kind of experimenting with it, because this was the first time I decided, let me grow it out and see what I can get out of it, right? I wasn't sure what is the ideal length I wanted at the stage, and I might even change it again and again. It's completely, like literally these are my first few months of growing it out and experimenting what suits me well, but I think I've got to a length that suits me well, that suits my age well. This is what I'm trying to get to you people. You can't look at people on the social media and think that it looks great on them, it's going to look great on me. It's not going to, it doesn't work that way. Be it your beard, be it the clothes, be it a hairstyle. It's not a case of you look at someone on the internet and it's going to look immediately good on you if you do that. It could make you look worse. That's the kind of impact growing facial hair can have, because think of it, it's literally hair on your head, on your face. It's a little mistake and it can make you look absolutely out of place. And this is where the importance of keeping it clean comes in. Keeping it clean and tidy is the single most important thing, regardless of what facial hairstyle you're rocking. Be it just a mustache, be it a full beard, a light stubble, be it a goatee, whatever. Keeping it looking clean and presentable is it is the most important thing when it comes to facial hair, because like I said, it's hair on your face. Hair on your head is very normal. Sometimes you can have messy hair. I kind of have relatively messy hair right now and it still looks decent, but If you mess up your facial hair, you're going to look homeless or even worse than that. Now, one of the most obvious investments you're going to have to make is a trimmer. Obviously, you're going to have to make an investment into a trimmer, and I would recommend get an adjustable trimmer so you can adjust the length. You can, go at different lengths at different sides of your beards. Now, personally, for me, what I do is I do a 6.5 mm on the sides of my cheeks, so here, literally go 6.5 everywhere, 7.5 with the chin. So do not, do 6.5 here, shave off everything at 6.5 and do 7.5 here. You literally adjust it with 7.5 mm freaking guard, do it at the chin, and then 4 mm in the mustache area. And what I do now, these are the two most important things that's going to determine how clean it looks is your cheek lines and your neckline. You might see some people, like I say, you might see older people, like I said, you may see older people, with a full beard and it somehow still looks clean, is because they probably keep their cheek line very, very tidy, and the same with their neckline. Some people can grow a lot of hair here in their neck. I mean, pretty much everyone who can grow a beard, you're going to get neck hair at some point, and you need to keep that looking clean, and you need to get rid of the neck hair, because you start, letting the hair grow on the neck, it shows that you're not taking care of yourself. Now, the key to this in terms of your neckline is you want to place 2 fingers above your Adam's apple, literally like right there at this area, or even slightly below that. So for me, it's kind of like 1 finger above the Adam's apple. You could do 1 or 2 fingers. I would recommend somewhere there, right? You don't have to be exactly specific. Now, the reason I do that is I see a lot of people making this mistake where, now if I were to tuck my, show the best version of my jawline, this is how it would look. Now, the mistake a lot of people make is they get the trimmer, zero guard, and they will literally trim it right across their jawline. Literally, they'll trace their jawline. So they will do that. They'll literally trim everything underneath that. The problem with this, you might think, it's making your jawline looking super sharp. But most people, regardless of how good of a jawline you have, when you're speaking and stuff, when I am speaking, the below, literally my neck, it's going to start coming up. And what this does is it reveals the skin underneath. Now, this is why I leave hair under my chin, under my jawline as well. You need to leave hair under your jawline so that it covers it up. This will make your jawline pop out, but at the same time, it's going to keep the neck looking clean. It's not going to allow people, for example, if you do this, you still see hair there. Now, a lot of people, when they trace it literally right here, they can see that, it'll almost make it look like you have a double chin. Why is it suddenly bright? But yeah, it'll almost make it look like you have a double chin. You do not want to do that. You want to make sure you keep 1 or 2 fingers above that example, whatever you're comfortable with, and literally follow the jawline. So your jawline is kind of like in a triangle shape, like triangle, and you want to just kind of follow that right there across your Adam's apple. That should be perfect. Now, when it comes to your cheeks, you basically want to find the highest point of where your facial hair can go, right? For some people, it can go to their freaking nose and stuff. That's not what I recommend. But ideally, anywhere from your upper lip. So your upper lip right here, if you can grow facial hair, that just create a line across, trim everything above that, same on the other side. You do this regardless of whatever length you have. This is going to make it look clean and tidy. Again, I would recommend as a young guy, you keep the length shorter. I keep it 6.5 on the sides. Now, the other thing I want to mention is I'm saying 6.5 on the sides, but some trimmers you use, it could be a 4 mm trim could give you the same length as mine. You want to experiment. Again, if you want to, you need to experiment with it. It's all the trimmers are different, all the freaking guards are different. You need to find out what works for you, but you want to basically keep a light stubble. That is going to give you the best look, because it's going to give you that mature look, but it's also going to fit your age. It's not going to let you go from looking under your age to now suddenly you look way older, but it's going to give you the appropriate look for your age. This is key in terms of keeping it tidy, keeping it clean, which is the most important thing. Regardless of what facial hairstyle you choose, you want to keep your facial hair, your beard, your mustache, your goatee, whatever you want, it has to be clean. Two most important things when it comes to cleanliness: the cheek line and the freaking neckline. Now, the next thing, if you can't grow a beard, this is what I would recommend. Get minoxidil and get a derma roller. Now, everyone who recommends this for your receding hairline, it's the exact same thing for your beard as well. Although there is a benefit that comes with using it for your beard, which I'll get to, but you want to get a derma roller. I'll put up a picture somewhere if I remember. It's literally like, I've mentioned it many times on my YouTube channel, it's literally like a rolling thing with a bunch of small pins on it. So you take the derma roller every single night right before you go to bed. On the areas that you would want a beard, just roll it literally for a couple of times, just roll it out. Do not be too aggressive with it. Roll it and then apply minoxidil right before you go to bed. After you do the freaking derma rolling, apply some minoxidil, the 5% foam version, apply it, go to bed. And you want to use the derma roller only twice a week, because if you use it more than that, it could be harmful to your face, because at the end of the day, it's kind of literally like you're taking sharp pins and poking it into your face. You have to be careful with that. Do not use it more than 2 times a week, but you have to use a minoxidil every single night before bed, and you should start to see results from 3 to 6 months. Now, this could completely vary, but this is just an approximate duration. But one thing I guarantee is the benefit of you using minoxidil on your beard is you can use minoxidil, and when your facial hair like fully grows in, you actually can stop using it and that facial hair will still grow back. But when it comes to your receding hairline, you start using minoxidil, and if you stop, all the hair that you grew back will eventually start fading away, or you'll lose that hair. You need to keep using minoxidil. So that is an added benefit you get to using minoxidil on your beard. But one thing I'll tell you before you hop onto minoxidil is give it some time. My beard as well is fairly, I mean, it's not too patchy, but in certain areas it's definitely, for example, like here you see it'll connect. On this side it doesn't quite connect. On one end I have noticed that my beard actually grows up higher. On the other end it doesn't grow up as higher. I don't know if you can see the difference. Here it's like here, there. Here it's a little bit higher, so I have to kind of like balance it out by trimming it up. But the point is, when you get to the age of 25 or 30, that is when your peak beard you'll be able to grow it out. When you're freaking 19, 20, 21, you're just entering that stage where your facial hair can grow. Now, don't get me wrong, some people at the age of 15 can grow a freaking bush on their face. That's completely normal. I mean, I don't want to say that's normal, but that's possible. You do not want to get fooled by that and think, okay, you can do it as well. And if you can't do it, there's something wrong with you. There is nothing wrong with you. You need to give it some time. Before you hop onto minoxidil, it's a basic thing, man. Before you can hop onto any kind of medication, just be patient with it. And if you have a patchy beard, this will give you more of a reason to go short as well. Because when you go short, it's going to give you that mature look. It's going to give you some facial hair, but at the same time, it'll be short to the point where you won't be able to see the patchiness. I put up a picture somewhere of what I look like with a heavy stubble. This was my beard a little more grown out. Now, if I had extremely patchy beard, I'd probably put up a picture as well of what a patchy beard would look like. This would look freaking terrible on me if my beard was extremely patchy, my facial hair was extremely patchy. If it's patchy for you, just keep it short and let it get to a stage where it can fully grow out. Do not just hop onto minoxidil. But if you're over the age of 24, 25 and it's still extremely patchy, it does not give you good signs of growing in, hop onto minoxidil. I don't think there is anything harmful about that. Do that. Now, this is what you want to do if you want to grow facial hair at a young age. Again, I keep referring this again and again. The main thing is to keep it clean and tidy. Even though I've said, you want to keep it as short as possible, some men will want to disagree. They want to look older. They want to grow out the full beard. You can do whatever you want, but just keep it tidy at your cheek lines and your neckline, and you should be looking good. Whatever beard length you have, keeping those two areas clean should give you the best chance of making the beard actually look as clean and tidy as possible, making it look good as possible, making it look as attractive as possible. I have nothing else to say. And my Instagram account is in the description. You can go DM me if you have any freaking doubts. That I'll probably respond to you in whenever I see the message.